Operation Dog Days. This is Panzer George. America, turn one. So we have 55 IPCs, and we're going to spend 55 IPCs on a carrier, 3 destroyers, 1 tactical, and 4 for tech. So we're at peace, we're neutral, we're negotiating with the Japanese. However, they're still carrying out their aggression against China. So we're doing an oil embargo and a scrap iron embargo, and we'll see what happens. We have rumors that the Japanese fleet is out at sea. We don't know where they are, but I'm sure they must have peaceful intentions. So anyway, we're going to be doing our movement, non-combat. So the first thing we're going to be doing is the Philippines. We're going to be moving this destroyer and submarine away from the Philippines and putting it off Australia. 1, 2, 3 down here at P57. So we're moving that fleet down there as well. We're going to be taking this fleet off Hawaii, with the exception of this 1 destroyer, which is going to go to Midway, but the other units are going to be going off the west coast, like so. And then down over here on the east coast, first we're going to be moving this tank. So we have lots of rail movement, so we're going to be moving. So first we're going to be loading 1 infantry and 1 artillery onto this transport, and then we're going to be railing 1 infantry, 2 mechs, and a tank over to the other coast. So that's an infantry, a mech, 2 infantry, a mech, and a tank over on the west coast. And then we have a fighter we're going to be putting out in anticipation of a carrier that we're going to be building, and we're going to be moving these 2 fighters back to the west coast as well, flying those from Hawaii to the west coast. We're going to be moving this transport and cruiser through the Panama Canal, so moving south from the east coast through the Panama Canal, and then dropping off these 2 units in friendly Mexico from the transport. And finally, we're going to take this aircraft fighter, and we're going to be moving that again off the west coast in anticipation of building. Okay, so now we'll put on our reinforcements. So we have a carrier on the west coast. We have 2 destroyers joining the fleet. And on the other coast, realizing that there's some U-boats out there that aren't very friendly, we're going to put a tactical and a destroyer on the east coast. So disposition of forces: on the east coast we have 2 AA, a mech, a tactical, and a destroyer. In the Philippines we have 2 infantry and a fighter. Over on P57 off Australia, we have a destroyer and a submarine. Off Midway, we have a destroyer. On Hawaii, we have 2 infantry. Off Mexico, we have a cruiser and a transport. On Mexico, we have an infantry and an artillery. And on the west coast, we have 3 destroyers, 2 transports. Just want to make this a little tidier. 2 cruisers, a submarine, a battleship, 2 carriers, 3 fighters, 1 tactical, and on the west coast itself, we have 2 fighters, 1 strategic, 4 infantry, 2 mechanized, 1 tank, 1 artillery, 2 AA. And for IPCs next turn, we're still at peace, so we have 55 IPCs for next turn. That's Panzer George signing off. Thank you very much.